A320. Cockpit preparation. Panel scan sequence. CM1 area of responsibility. CM2 area of responsibility. Pilot flying area of responsibility. It is a general rule to turn off all white lights for all the systems during scan sequence. Overhead panel, left. Overhead panel, center. Overhead panel, right. Forward center panel. Left pedestal. Center pedestal. Right pedestal. Side panel and forward panel. Glareshield. EFIS control panel. FCU. Crew oxygen off. Recorder ground control on. CVR test fresh. An audio test signal and a beep every 4 seconds should be heard through the loudspeakers. Evac switch set to captain, all captain and purser depending on airline SOPs. Strobe switch auto. Nav and logo on. Remaining exterior lights off. Seatbelts on. No smoking PED to auto. Emergency exit light selector on. Landing elevation knob auto. Pack flow selector low if the number of passengers is below 141. Normal for all normal operating cases. High for abnormally hot and humid conditions. ECAM electrical SD page call. Battery 1 and battery 2 off, then on. 10 seconds after selecting on, check that both batteries' currents drop below 60 amps and continue to decrease. If not, wait until the charging cycle of the batteries is completed before performing this check again. All pumps off. If the fuel mode selector is in the manual position on the ground, when the center tank pump 1 and 2 are in the on position, there is a possibility of fuel spillage if there are any hidden failures. Apply the following procedure if affected by fuel center tank pumps low pressure cautions on the ground or in flight when the center tank is empty. Fuel mode selector, manual. Center tank pump 1 and 2, off. All engine fire push button switches check in and guarded. Agent 1 and Agent 2 lights out. Engine 1, test. Check. Engine fire push button light, red. Squib lights and discharge lights on. Engine 1 or 2 fire warning on ECAM, plus continuous repetitive chime, plus master warning light. Fire lights on. Engine 2, test. Audio switching rotary selector, normal. Third occupant audio control panel, PA reception knob, select reception. This allows cabin attendant announcements to be recorded on the CVR. Maintenance panel, check all lights are off. Center instrument panel. Standby instruments, adjust. Clock, check time and adjust if necessary. Elapsed time at 0, chrono at 0. Anti-skid and nose wheel steering switch, on. Pedestal. Audio control panel. Interphone reception knob, out and adjust. Cockpit door check in accordance with your airline security procedure. Switching panel, all selectors check at normal. Thrust levers, idle. Engine master, off. Engine mode selector, normal. Check accumulator pressure is in the green band. If required, use a yellow hydraulic electric pump to recharge the brake accumulator. Warning: yellow and green hydraulic systems are pressurized from yellow electric pump. Obtain ground crew clearance before using the electric pump. Parking brake, on. Brake measure indicators, check. Landing gear gravity extend, check stowed. TCAS is on standby and set to above. Altitude reporting, on. Radio management panel, on. Green nav light, off. Cell light, off. Frequencies, tune. VHF 1 is normally used for air traffic control. VHF 2 is normally used for ATIS and company frequencies or tuned to 121.5. VHF 3 is normally devoted to ACARS. FMGS preparation. At electrical power-up, the FMGSs and FCU run through internal tests. Allow enough time for the test's completion. Do not press any push buttons until the tests are over. If the please wait message appears, do not press any MCDU key until the message clears. Yeah. So yeah. I got it. Yeah. I got is Mrs. Glareshield. Flight directors, on. Set constraints. Barometer reference set. Check the barometer reference and altitude indications on the PFDs and the standby altimeter. The maximum difference is plus or minus 20 feet between both PFDs, plus or minus 60 feet between ISIS and PFDs, or plus and minus 300 feet between mechanical standby altimeter and PFDs. Set ARC. Set range to show first takeoff waypoint. If the initial takeoff waypoint is more than 70 degrees from runway track, select ROS nav. VOR ADF, select if required. Speed Mach window dashed. Heading vertical speed, track flight path echo push buttons to heading vertical speed. Altitude window set to initial expected clearance altitude. Oxygen mask test. Void. To prevent hearing damage to ground mechanics connected to the intercom system, inform them that a loud noise may be heard in the headset where performing this test. Cruise supply push button, check, on. Loudspeaker, on. Interphone radio switch to interphone. On mask stowage. Press the reset test button in the direction of the arrow. Check that the blinker turns yellow for a short time and then goes black. Hold the reset test push button down and press the emergency pressure selector. Check that the blinker turns yellow and remains yellow as long as the emergency pressure selector is pressed. Listen for oxygen flow through the loudspeakers. Check that the reset test push button returns to the off position and the N100% selector is in the 100% position. Press the emergency pressure selector again and check that the blinker does not turn yellow. This ensures that the mask is not supplied. On the ECAM door oxygen page, regulator low pressure message, check, off. The crew must perform this check after having checked all masks. It ensures that the low pressure valve is open. Instrument panels. PFD and ND brightness knob, set. Loudspeaker, set. PFD, check. When attitude and heading are available, check for correct display IAS, FMA, target altitude, altimeter readings, VSI, altimeter setting, heading, and attitude display. ND check for correct display heading, initial waypoint, and any VOR ADF indications if required. ECAM control panel. Check that the cabin pressure page displays landing elevator auto to confirm the correct position of the landing elevator knob. Status push button, press. Check that any inoperative system displayed is compatible with the MEL. If a maintenance message is displayed, then maintenance action may be due. Perform the departure briefing.